No, this is more like it. This is more like an English summer. It's pouring with rain, and I think that the flowers, particularly, are very fond of having the rain. It's a bit windy too, which is unfortunate. But I'll show you the flowers in a little while. But this is just a little chat for a moment. It's a Sunday morning. It's all quiet. And this is who we are, Mirador Television, and we plan and indeed try hard to cover the tiny towns between Battle and Brighton. Of course, they're not really tiny towns, they're quite substantial communities, but compared to the big boys, London, Manchester, Glasgow, Birmingham and so on, we are quite tiny. And we got left out when there was any local television distribution to be given, and it looks as if we're going to have to put up with what we've got. Well, I hope that you might like what we can try and provide, and that is, okay, it's a bit quirky, it's on the web, a bit different. We are trying very hard to provide a local television service that will do what local television services should do, and that is to entertain, to probe, to look, and particularly to be a watchdog against the excesses, or alleged excesses, or possible excesses of local government. In other words, somebody has to be there to try and make them toe the line. Now, we've got a couple of good newspapers in the Argus and the Sussex Express who do their best to do it, but they have a wide remit, whereas ours is very narrow, and we can take a look at personal experience and try to get some questions, or ask some questions and get some answers. That's Mirador Television. It also tries to entertain a little bit. It doesn't want to get parochial. That's the danger of local television, is it gets parochial. So we've got a dimension which brings in the United States, particularly those towns with a similar name, so that we can make some sort of comparison. It tries to stretch right across the whole of East Sussex, from Battle to Brighton. That's our battle cry, if you like, from Battle to Brighton. It is probing as hard as it can against those things which are bothering ordinary citizens, and we are gradually gaining, if not the respect, certainly the following of some of you. 1,000 people dipped into our Break an Egg, which is the early morning 5:45 programme. They didn't all get up at 5:45, in fact very few of you get up at 5:45, but over the period of recording, and it's on Facebook Live, you joined us and you listened to what we had to say, even if it was only for 30 seconds or so. That's fine. We don't expect to please everybody just in one programme, but we are consistent, and we do 2 programmes a day, Monday to Friday. We also have some features and so on. The point of this little Sunday morning broadcast, apart from making sure that you understand we're still in England and that the weather is what we expect rather than what we've had over the last month, and I understand that it's on the way back, but anyway, for the moment we've got a bit of rain and a bit of freshness. But the reason that I just wanted to take a moment of your time is Mirador Television you can see on Facebook. Mirador Television you can see on YouTube, but also you can see it on miradortelevision.com, and there is a much wider range of programs, items, issues on mirador.com than there are that we can possibly put on Facebook or on YouTube. So this is an invitation to you to, even though you may watch on Facebook, is to tap into miradortelevision.com. That's Mirador Television, all one word, MIRADOR television.com. Where does Mirador come from? Well, it's a synonym for Barbican, but everybody calls everything Barbican, and I think you'll agree that the Barbican we have in Lewes is a good example, a fine example of a Barbican. But Mirador, being a synonym for it, actually means a smaller turret, we thought was a bit more unusual, and since we pride ourselves on being a bit unique, a bit different, sometimes a bit daft, that we should not use Barbican, but find another name, and Mirador is starting to stick. We try to take a look at the beauties of the towns that we have. Of course, because we're based in Brighton, we're based in Lewis. Because we're based in Lewis, we tend to concentrate on Lewis at the moment, but bit by bit we are spreading to your community, and whatever you want us to talk about, whatever you want us to take a look at, by all means contact us. We've done some live events. We did the raft race from Lewis to New Haven. We did the patina, the march of the children, the parade of children, about to move from one form to a year higher. That is an annual event in Lewis. But we are quite ready to come to other places and do other things. We just need to know. We're very small. There are only about 2.5 of us looking after this entire operation, and we're trying hard to be as wide-ranging as the big boys, even if we can't be as smooth. But then all the evidence suggests that you don't want something that's smooth, you want something that's comfy, you want something that you can tap into, perhaps get a giggle, but find out a little bit about what's going on in the community, but also some of the issues, and know that somebody is punching away there for you. So that's Mirador in a nutshell. Mirador Television, or one word, miradortelevision.com. So I'd love to see you there for Break an Egg, which we do at 6:15 in the morning. Most of you aren't up. Daft to think that you would be. Most of you aren't up. But throughout the day you can watch it, and you can certainly watch it. Replays of it on Mirador Television, and I would urge you to join us on Mirador Television. Then later in the day we have a hard-boiled egg. That comes from wherever, and it has come from London a couple of days, because I have to go up there and do some business. In fact, I go and train people in communications, and while I'm there I try hard to do a hard-boiled egg. In the next couple of weeks we're going to offer another 5 minutes worth at tea time, somewhere around 5 or 5:30, so that we can bring you up to date with things that have happened during the day, and you can at least make a comparison over the day. But we've also got some interesting things. Ben Broad brings us photography from around the world. Rupert Lloyd-Thomas, well-known Louisian, moved to the west coast of Canada. He's seeing it through fresh eyes, so we actually get a view from him. And there are a couple of historic programs about the Priory. We try to dig up ghosts and put them on board. It's all a bit erratic, but what is consistent are our live programs, which are going to culminate in a few weeks in some proper chat shows, and we hope that we can link up with the United States for that, so that we can get some interesting people for you. And as I say, we don't want, even though we're local, we don't want to be parochial. But chatting to somebody 5,000 or 8,000 miles away about issues that are of concern to small towns everywhere in the world is, in my view, a good local service. So there you are, a bit about Lewis, bits about the tiny towns, Battle, Hastings, Eastbourne, Seaford, New Haven, Lewis of course, and down to the edge of Brighton, Falmer and a little bit beyond. Is our remit, and we are trying very hard to expand to make sure that we give that fair and decent coverage. But it's also up to you. Let us know. miradortelevision.com. If you go into that, there's an email address there that you can contact us and let us know things that you want to talk about. Or for that matter, when we're on Facebook or YouTube, you can also give us some information there. So I would urge you not only to watch us on Facebook, but to watch us on this channel, miradortelevision.com, because that is the true channel for local people, for local towns, for the stretch of coast from Brighton to Battle, or Battle to Brighton, along East Sussex. Well, I suppose that I better put the umbrella back. it's just bucketing down, and I don't know whether you can tell from here whether it's bucketing down. It's pretty rainy this morning. And I think despite the umbrella, I think I can feel that my back is nice and damp and wet. Do join us. I'll be back at what some of you may think is an ungodly hour of 5:45 in the morning, and from then on we try hard to do some exciting things throughout the day. So I don't know whether I'm around. Oh yes, there I am. Forgive the tilt. Let me just say to you, welcome to Mirador Television. Do watch us on Facebook. Do watch us on YouTube. We're quite happy with that, but we really do want you to join us on our own television service, which is dedicated to those towns between Battle and Brighton in East Sussex and along the coastal strip, with a lot of concern for those people that don't live in that area, but who can give us a little bit of insight into those things that are happening around the world or around the country or whatever that are pertinent to us. All right, that's it for the moment. Toodle pip. Ooh. Getting me off the air is always a problem. Do you know that? I don't know why that is.